All right, good morning. Good morning. Here we are. We got four big games this week. Starting off, we got Alabama versus Texas A&M. Alabama's favored 34 to 20 over Texas A&M. Sport rivalry man pick has Alabama winning this week. And so to start us off, we'll go with Daniel with his prediction.
I'm going Alabama at home, number 2 team in the country, Alabama.
Yeah. Mardrakus.
My prediction for this game is also Alabama. Just because over the last 10 years, Alabama record against Texas A&M, they're 10-2, and right now I think it's going to be after this game it's going to be 11-2. I really like the dynamic package going right now with Mac Jones and Jalen Waddle, the quarterback and wide receiver. Waddle's averaging like 16 yards a catch, and Alabama defense has just been amazing. Playing that 4-3 base run defense, which is hard to stop. And then you just got to take your hats off to obviously unbelievable coach too with Nick Saban, unbelievable coach, and also unbelievable recruiter. So I mean, I'm going with Alabama on this one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shan, who do you have this week?
Yes, this week I will choose Alabama too. Although Mount is a trusted veteran, I'm very optimistic about Jones. He was hitting 18 of 24 passes for 249 yards and 2 touchdowns with Missouri. I hope he can maintain such a performance in the game on October 3rd.
All right, Maddie, what do you have this week?
No surprise. I'm also going to go with Alabama, number 1 team in the country. Can't give them the L's.
Yep.
So got to pick.
Oriana.
I'm going to have to go with Alabama as well. I mean, they're the number 2 team in the country. They had a great win last week against Mizzou, and you can't go against Nick Saban.
Yeah, I'm also going to go Alabama as well. Texas A&M struggled, only putting up 17 points last week. I don't think that's going to fly with Alabama, so they're going to have to step it up. I got Alabama winning as well. Next game we have TCU at Texas. Texas is highly favored in that game. And then I don't think TCU is going to be able to pull it off, but we'll see. Daniel, who do you have this week?
Yeah, Texas. They've looked impressive the first couple of weeks. They're at home. I don't think TCU has enough firepower to keep up with the Longhorns offense. Texas.
Yes, sir. Shan. Mardrakus.
Yes, my pick is also going to be Texas. TCU just coming off a loss on the road against Iowa State last week, which they should have won, but they didn't come up with it. And also just Texas Tech, I talked about it last week against Texas Tech, which they have on one of my favorite wide receivers, Josh Moore, who's averaging 14 yards a catch. And also the game before then, he was averaging 21 yards a catch. So I'm looking forward to watching him play and watching him perform.
All right, Shan, who do you have this week?
Yeah, I would say Texas. If there is no surprise, I think the Longhorns will win the game. For no reason, I think Texas is better than TCU. It's worth noting that Texas finished the 2 games and not lose anyone for this season.
Maddie.
Again, I'm going to go with everybody else and go with Texas. They're 2-0 on the season. TCU is 0-1. Fun fact, TCU actually won last year's game against each other, but I think Texas has got this one.
Oriana.
I'm going to have to go with my hometown again, Texas. They had a great comeback last week against Texas Tech, so got to go hook 'em horns this week.
I'm also going to go Texas as well. The quarterback's completing 71% of his passes on over 700 yards with 10 touchdowns. So I'm also go with Texas. And Sport Rivalry Man is also going Texas as well this week. So I think we're all on the same page here. The next game we have the big old Memphis Tigers at SMU. I believe Memphis is favored in that game, but not by many. I think Vegas has it predicted as a pretty close point margin. But we shall see. Daniel, who do you have this week?
Man, I'm really nervous about this one. Memphis has had 28 days between games, going on the road to a high-powered SMU team. But I'm going to put my faith in the Tigers. I think that the thing that's going to help them in this game is the players they brought back from several years. They got DeMonte Coxey, Brady White, both been with the Tigers for 3 years. And running backs, they just slip anybody in, and that person's going to run for 100 yards. So Memphis is going with a more methodical approach on offense. It's a little bit slower. You see them huddling up. That's something that I haven't done the last couple of years. I think it's going to work well for this game as they try to limit the number of possessions that they give SMU. So I'm going to choose my hometown Tigers, but it's going to be a close one.
Rodriguez, who do you have?
My pick this week is going to be Memphis, just because I know they haven't been playing since September the 5th, but I also think it gave them time to better prepare and kind of get everything in line. I think build chemistry and kind of just come out. I think they're just going to be more prepared. I really believe in Coach Silverfield, and I kind of like what he brings to the table. I like his energy, and I just feel like these guys are going to be ready and eager to play, and so I'm looking forward to watching these guys play.
Shan, who do you have?
For me, I will always choose Memphis Tigers for no reason. Since last game for Memphis was knocked out due to pandemic, the Tigers got a good rest. I hope they still maintain a good game stage, but SMU still a strong opponent. I think Memphis has more talent and better lines, but SMU will be a bit more seasoned and balanced at home. I think this will be the most anticipated game this week, actually, because the two teams had a wonderful matchup in 2019. Memphis won by a thriller margin. I think it's 54-48. The two teams were combining for well over 1,000 yards and with close to 800 through the air. I will put my cake
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. All right, Maddie.
Oh man, I'm also gonna go with Memphis. It was honestly a pretty tough decision just because SMU is 3-0 and Memphis hasn't played in a couple weeks. But what I saw last season. I know they have some returning players coming back, so I don't know. I just feel good about Memphis and hopefully they can get the win.
Oriana.
I'm gonna have to go with Memphis as well. It's tough, but you can't go against the Tigers. I think this will be their first game in almost a month and their first real road test. But I think they'll be eager to play this week, and we'll see what happens. I think I have them winning by at least 3. So
I'm definitely going Memphis as well. Their defense is really going to have to step up. SMU's running back averages 11 yards a carry, so defense is really going to have to play. But I'm definitely going Memphis. And Sport Rivalry Man is also going Memphis this week. So next game we have Western Kentucky and Middle Tennessee. They both haven't won a game this year. They're both really struggling. I believe ESPN has Western Kentucky taking the win. But we'll see what you guys think. Daniel, who do you have in that game?
I got Western Kentucky because Hilltoppers is a cool nickname. No, MTSU has just looked atrocious. I mean, they're winless, but the eye test tells me that MTSU just is not a good football team, and it's going to lose this one at home.
All right, Rodriguez.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Daniel. I'm going with Western Kentucky. Like I said, both teams, they haven't won a game yet, but I just feel like Tyson Helton, the head coach, is going to have these guys a little bit more prepared, and I think he's going to kind of get these guys ready to play. But one thing that steps out to me with this team is their quarterback, Terrell Pilgrim. He leads the team in passing and rushing yards, so he's pretty much like Lamar Jackson out there. So I'm looking forward to just watching him. I mean, I've seen him play last week, and he's pretty good. I wish he had a little better line, but hey, he gets it done. But I'm going Hilltoppers on this one.
And who do you have this week?
Yes, I think it's Western Kentucky also. I think Western Kentucky has a really perfect defense, and I don't think Middle Tennessee can break through. Although Hilltoppers lose again due to the mistake before, I still believe they can they are strong enough to defeat Middle Tennessee. I mean,
Maddie.
I have Western Kentucky as well. Just looking at Middle Tennessee's 3 losses, it was a pretty bad score. So I'm just solely based on that. I'm going with Western Kentucky.
Oriana.
now to get Western Kentucky as well. Middle Tennessee has really struggled this year, the season so far. They didn't score against Army, so gonna just have to choose Western Kentucky with this one.
Man, I guess I'm gonna go for the upset. I'm gonna go Middle Tennessee.
Yes.
Win this week. Western Kentucky's quarterback has only thrown for 310 yards in over 2 games, and that's not very many. I believe the over/under is 54 points for the game, so it's going to be a pretty good scoring game. So I'm going to go Middle Tennessee on this one. I believe Sport Rivalry Man has Western Kentucky winning this week, so we'll just have to see. But we look forward to watching all the games, and we'll see what happens.